Hello, hello! Welcome to Arkadium's Daily Crossword Live. I am psyched to be back with a fresh crossword puzzle. Happy Sunday, everybody. I see some of my friends already in chat on TikTok. Scab and Jilly and Dee and Amy Gal and Tess are all here. Haven't seen any comments on our other channels yet. Hoping that's just because people are filing in and not because my chat is malfunctioning. And if you joined us yesterday, thank you very much. Yesterday was a total marathon of a stream. We did one of these. And Big Boss is here on YouTube, giving me my first comment, reassuring me that our other platforms are working just fine. Hello, Big Boss. Yeah, yesterday was a marathon of a stream. We did one of these Saturday stumpers that we've been doing every Saturday. It was quite challenging, but we persevered relatively unscathed, I would say. Today's puzzle I expect to be still hard, but a little more approachable. Today's puzzle will have a theme, so let's check out the title, which is usually a hint to the theme. It's called "'Tis the Season." It's by Billy Truitt, and it's in the Stan Newman Daily Crossword line at Arkadium.com. So let's keep "'Tis the Season" in mind as we cruise through this. And I already see guesses for one across. Yeah, Tess is noting yesterday's Saturday Stumper was the longest one yet. Very true. The longest Stumper, at least. Maybe the longest stream, even, of mine. So D is saying rib. D and Sella also guessed rib. T's rib. That makes good sense. Teresa is saying nag, which I suppose also works. Amy Gal says rib seems good. Yeah, Scav is saying, ooh, Christmas. I was wondering that too. "'Tis the season" is a very Christmas phrase, but it's not Christmas time, which is kind of a weird time to run a Christmas-themed puzzle. Minius Mini is here on YouTube. Let's put rib in. Although Larry's coming in with bug, that is good as well. Oh, and I just thought of kid. To tease someone is to kid around with them. So actually, there are a lot of three-letter words that kind of mean tease. All right, maybe one down will help us here. Wood shaper. One down to the rescue. Scav says this one is from Friday. Yeah, this one is August 8th, the Stan Newman Daily. Sometimes I go back and do ones from the recent past if we missed them on stream. Yeah, End USA says, "'Tis the season" doesn't have to mean Christmas. Fair enough. That's true. We got Warthog and Jilly and Piers and D all saying rasp. I see. Wood shaper. Yeah, that's good. A rasp is kind of like a file, the metal thing that you use to sand wood, essentially. So rib is looking good after all. We can check the eye, or let's check the 14 across. Fuss and noise. Fuss and noise. Scav giving me the wood emoji for wood shaper. There's no rasp emoji? You couldn't find an emoji for a rasp? We got Daxamax back, and AJ and Jessica and Larry all saying adieu is a classic crossword word. Adieu. Yeah, Minius Mini on YouTube agrees. Fuss and noise, much ado. Very good. Someone called Simon, and someone called V also getting adieu. Jessica also searched for a rasp. Jessica is devoted to the emoji game, and yeah, apparently no rasp. They should work on that. One more than Cinque. I'm trying to decipher which language. Is this Italian? Or Mini wants set here. Trying to understand that one. Because this feels like this looks like the number 5 in a Romance language to me. Probably Italian. Yeah, okay. Felicious and oh, okay. Now we got 2 guesses. So Jessica and Stella are saying "say" like this. That would be French, I think. God, my language skills. If it's not Spanish or English, I'm pretty out. Elsie Shermo is here, excited that we're back. Yeah, we're back. We do this every day. Lemonette just followed us. Thank you. Other people saying "say," which I believe is 6 in Italian. So who knows? Tess says not French. Yeah. This doesn't look like French. Let's go with "say" like this and see what comes. Jeremy Perry is saying Spanish. No, it can't be Spanish, because that would be cinco. It's not Spanish. Noodle nugget. That clue's making me laugh. Barbara McDowell is back on Facebook, also voting for "say" spelled like this. Yeah, it's definitely not Spanish. That much I know. Okay. And someone named Jack says Italian. I tend to trust users named Jack. Idea. Yeah, I'm like an idea noodle nugget. That is hilarious. I'm gonna start using noodle nugget in my daily life. Ooh, and Arkadium coming in with some helpful. Yeah, counting 4, 5, 6. It is Italian after all. Crafter's Supply, 20 across. Okay. Yeah, Barbara giving me the light bulb emoji for idea. Very nice. Miniest Mini says paint. That's a very good guess. Ooh, although this double I looks hideous. Doesn't it? Capital near the Oregon Trail. I see. Yeah, people, Scav and Warthog on TikTok are suggesting paste, Crafter's Supply, like glue. And that looks like it spells a capital, which I'm happy with. Someone named Ramsey and Ken just joined on YouTube, also registering guesses for 20 across. The reason I'm happy with paste is because it puts an S here. And I'm thinking we're talking about a state capital near the Oregon Trail. And yeah, as Amy Gal points out, Boise, Idaho, as Flyboy hopefully spells out. Yeah, Boise, Idaho is looking perfect for that spot. It fits. It's a capital. It's near. It's in the right part of the country. I'm happy with it. Okay, pretty smooth so far. First section didn't give us too much trouble. Good teamwork. Mitigates. How are we feeling about this clue? Dad Not Dude is feeling pretty confident about it. Big 13 Hig is feeling pretty confident about it. Eases. I like that. Mitigates. Yeah, those are basically synonyms. USC AIDS. Okay. I see what I guess I see what this is. The fact that the clue is plural means the answer is likely plural, and I think we pretty much have it then. But not the easiest clue, honestly. Yeah, AJ and V and Tina are saying TAs, teaching assistants. USC is University of Southern California, and so AIDS, teaching assistants are aides. There's something weird about this clue that it's usually clues that are more vague are more difficult, and usually clues that are more specific steer you toward the right answer, and so they're a little easier. I feel like this is an example where specificity actually makes the clue harder. Like USC is very specific. TAs are in all colleges, pretty much. But USC is specific, so you start thinking California or what is specific to USC. But no, it was the general. The answer was so general. I don't know if I'm making sense, but I felt like that clue was a little tough. Order superior. And now this is quite a vague clue. Order superior. I have no idea what they're talking about, honestly. Derek Culver just followed us. Thank you, Derek. Yeah, what is order superior? Tempted to just skip this right now. Yeah, Tina giving me the shrug. Jessica says nuns. I see an order of nuns. Larry says eldest. Interesting. Like the eldest in an order. Priest. Okay. We're moving on then. 5 down it is. Light or dark drink. Good. Big Boss wants finest for order superior. Yeah, it just seems like too many things work. That's why vague clues tend to be difficult because they cast such a wide net. So what do we like for light or dark drink? Barrett is here and wants ale. I like that. Light ale, dark ale. 3-letter drink in a crossword is always likely to be ale. Although Mini is Mini putting tea, which is another classic 3-letter crossword drink. But I feel like light and dark ale are more a thing than light and dark tea, but I'm not much of a tea drinker, so I could be wrong here. Kevin Sheehan votes for ale, and Andy votes for tea. So kind of split here. Gene Ireland votes for ale. And I'm seeing a lot of ale emojis on TikTok. So let's keep it in for now. And if it turns out to be tea, I will apologize to Miniest Mini. Unrefined at 6 down. We had this very clue yesterday, I think. The clue was unrefined and the answer was natural. That is clearly not going to fit here. Yeah, I like Big Boss and Miniest Mini and Out of This World are all saying raw. That's good. Like raw materials. They're not, you haven't refined them yet. Blake says, what's up, brah? What's up, Blake? Welcome back. Yeah, I like raw. Let's try 7 down. Then we'll do some crosses. Cyrillic city suffix. Okay. Kind of a puzzling clue. Cyrillic is an alphabet, the Russian alphabet. What are we thinking here? Scav says Berg, which does make sense. That's kind of a city suffix. Brooke says Pole. Oh, Sella and Barrett are saying grad, and Minnie agrees on grad. Huh. I kind of want some crosses. This is sort of hard. Tina says Berg is probably right. Pierce and Leonard are voting grad. Yeah, Barrett says I'm thinking Leningrad. That's actually, yeah, it's a smart idea. Cyrillic, it's Russian specifically. So we think about Russian cities like Leningrad. There are others that end in grad. Stalingrad, thank you. Wow, hard clue for grad, especially since you can include grad via graduate. I think it's time we check 4 across and see if any of what we've been doing makes any sense. Exasperation, exclamation. Yeah, Berg is more German, as Barrett points out. Yeah, Lewis thinks grad makes more sense here. Tough clue, Cyrillic city suffix. Exasperation, exclamation. Yeah. People are expressing their exasperation now on TikTok. V and Warthog and Larry and Amy are all saying arg. I think that's right. It's sort of a nonsense syllable, but it is something we say, and that is pretty much how I would spell it. Arg. It's weird. I do not have high confidence in anything in this section. Like, even arg, I'm not 100% sure of. I felt way better about the first corner. What was the 4 down clue Blake is asking? Order superior. So now we can check this. Ooh, I see. Amy is pointing out. Okay, now things are locking into place. Wow, well done, everybody. Abbess. Someone had suggested abbess earlier. Order of nuns. An abbess is the head nun. Tough clue without any letters in place. And then oral assault. Blake and Dan Gorman are saying Blair, like sirens Blair, and that's oral in this spelling means audio. So an assault on your ears would be a Blair. Okay. So far, so good. 18 across is likely our first theme answer of the day. Phrase on front fences. It's possible 3 down is a theme answer. Sometimes you don't know, but it typically lives in the across entries, and so I'm thinking this is our first one. Phrase on front fences. Phrase on front fences. We already have a word emerging here. Yeah, I like what Leonard is saying, and Gene Ireland and Kyle Nielsen. A lot of new names in chat. Michael Fisher all saying beware of dog. Beware of dog. I like that entry. Phrase on front fences. And Akshay on YouTube is agreeing, beware of dog, yeah. Eric says beware of cat. Can you imagine? I've never seen a beware of cat sign, although sometimes they are in order. I think beware of dog is a more natural phrase. The real cheese agrees. Let's try 8 down. Let's check the R. Let's check the R. Regarding this. Regarding this. Okay. Yeah, Dad Not Dude says depends on the cat. I agree. Dude named Dave sent a gift. Thank you so much. So this is seeming sort of like legalese almost. Yeah, I'm saying here, but here to, herein, hereof. Here's something, right? I'm thinking in a contract you use this language regarding this. Hereby. Wow, there are actually a lot of prepositions that could go here. Maybe we check 26 across. Piece of a solar panel. Piece of a solar panel. Does that help? Someone named From the Bathroom just shared the live. Thank you for that. If anyone else has friends or family who are into crosswords, consider sending this their way. Tell them we're having a good time. Dad Not Dude. Okay, Sella is saying cell, a piece of a solar panel. That does seem right, like a solar cell. Although the C is troubling me a little bit in 8 down. Tile, says Dan Gorman. That would be here too. Maybe it's tile and here too. Angie's back on YouTube. Welcome back, Angie, just in time. V wants pane. Piece of a solar cell, pane spelled this way. But again, this P does not work with any of our guesses. So let's try tile and here too and see how they perform for us. 19 down. Male name plus a Y equals a female name. Interesting. This is also bordering on cryptic crossword territory. This is the kind of stuff they do in cryptic crosswords, although it wouldn't be as explicit as this. You'd have to figure out that you're supposed to be adding a Y on your own. Cryptics are a whole different animal, but it's still an unusual crossword clue here. Team Matzo and V and Felicius are all saying Emil. Okay, Emil is a typically male name, and when you add a Y, it's Emily, which is a typically female name. Seems reasonable. Yeah, the real cheese agrees. Good. Most retiring. Oof. Most retiring? I want to put an EST on here because of most in the clue, although that GT at the end looks weird. Maybe we check some crosses if people aren't sure. By the way, I know we got one theme answer, but I just feel like it's not enough. Nothing is jumping out at me about this themer, so I'm going to wait until we get one or two more before I start mulling over what the theme could be. Efon is back, saying demurist. Wow, most retiring, demurist, the most demure. Piers is saying very demure, very mindful. Yeah, Scab is like very mindful. Demurist. Okay. Yeah, this GT was concerning me, but now that I see this acronym in chat, USMC is probably US Marine Corps. That makes me think that 13 down is also going to be an acronym like this or some kind of abbreviation, which makes the GT a little less troubling. Yeah, I'm agreeing with what I'm seeing in chat. I think Jessica and Larry and AJ and Team Matzo and Rye. Oh, Rye wants Sergeant like this. And other people, like Gene Ireland, is putting SSGT, which is Staff Sergeant. I have a leaning toward this. Yeah, Scav, I think this is a pretty unusual abbreviation of Sergeant. I think Sergeant is usually just SGT. Staff Sergeant is abbreviated this way, and it is also a rank. So let's go with that for now. Blood Bank abbreviation, another abbreviation over here. Not immediately sure what they're getting at. David followed us. Thank you, David. Yeah, I'm not sure what they're getting at here. Oh, I see. Mm. Yeah. Yeah, Team Matzo is pointing out something pos, like positive, like A positive, B positive. It's going to be something like that. That makes a lot of sense. Unfortunately, you can have multiple blood types, so we don't have O positive, as V points out. So we don't quite have this cell yet, but we can check the P. Shows approval. Wow, Jessica gave me a very elaborate emoji. A whole Rebus puzzle for that one. I love that. Give me the blood types with a syringe and a blood drop. Wow, you're up in your game, Jessica. John Stepanski and Maypro are giving me two different answers that both seem quite plausible. Claps for shows approval. Although now that I think about it again, props was the other guess, and I don't think this quite fits the clue. Props is approval, but it's not like shows approval. Does that make sense? Sella's just giving me the clap emoji. Yeah, let's try claps. Oh, the P, yeah, let's remember the P we're already happy with. Let's start doing some downs. Assembled. Okay, this is coming through. Assembled. Oh, MB says snaps. That's another way to show approval. Good point. Yeah, okay. Someone named BD and Maypro are both saying made. Yeah, assembled, made. That works very cleanly. David Schrader likes it. Pacino for long. Okay. Pacino for long. I think I understand what they're getting at here. This is an amusing clue. Somebody's username is just 3 dots or 6 dots. Saying Alfredo. Yeah. Other people, Rye is coming in Alfredo. So I think the idea is Al Pacino. I guess his full name is Alfredo, which I didn't know. Al Pacino. And for long. You normally think for short is such a common ending in crossword clues, but I guess now we're elongating Al. Poetic feat. Okay. Okay, I think this is good. Yeah, now Tess is thinking Alfredo sauce. And Sella as well. Barbara and Angie also like Alfredo. Very good. Blake and Leonard and Team Matzo and Jilly are all saying iams. Yeah, iams are this poetic construct, and they're broken into feet. It's like a meter. It's like poetic meter. I think an iam is da-dum or something like that. Da-dum. That's one iam comprised of 2 feet. I'm probably making a fool of myself with this explanation, but it was B positive after all, so well done to anyone who was guessing B over here. And we have a phrase emerging from 9 down. Yeah, this actually looks good. No more really. No more really. Yeah, Blake, like iambic pentameter, exactly. Right. Good, good, good. Maypro and Amy Gallen, Sella and Rand, and Gennaro are all saying, I couldn't. No more really, I couldn't. That's a good colloquial entry. Let's try 27 across. It spans the whole grid. It is likely a theme answer. Nostalgic musing. Maypro just followed us. Thank you. So, nostalgic musing. Can we see something? Still have a lot of white space left in this entry. But I think, yeah, gibberish. Gibberish comes in and says, what you're saying is not gibberish at all. I miss the old days. Wow, it fits. Nostalgic musing. I miss the old days. That clicked right into place. Well done. Well done, gibberish. Yeah, Kyle Nielsen likes it, and Jesse likes it. Big Boss likes it. I like it. Omega-3 source. Oh, by the way, should we pause here for a second? So if you weren't here at the beginning, the title of the puzzle is 'Tis the Season. We don't know the theme yet, but I suspect that we have 2 theme answers. Beware of Dog and I Miss the Old Days. And the hint of the theme is 'Tis the Season. I'm still not really... I'm trying to see like holidays poking through in 27 across. Maybe it's too early to crack this theme. Yeah, it's not. Nothing is really jumping out at me. Hmm. Ooh, Jilly has a good guess. Dog Days of Summer. Wow, how'd you see that? Beware of Dog. I miss the old days. Dog Days of Summer. So do we think the next one is going to end in of, and the one after that is going to end in summer? Is that the idea? The Dog Days of Summer? Is that because that's the season at least? I was complaining that it's a weird time to run a holiday themed crossword, but it is Dog Days of Summer. I really hope you're right. That was a cool guess. That was a good noodle nugget, you guys. OMG3 source. Maypro is giving me a COD. Warthog says, great work. Yeah, Warthog is giving everyone their ups. Much deserved. Yeah, Angie likes COD. Sorority letter at 36 across. Sorority letter. Yeah. Tess is like, noodle nugget will stick with me. Me too. It's my new favorite phrase. I'm just going to look for opportunities to use it. Oh, yeah, Pierce says, I have Florence and the Machine stuck in my head now. Yeah, that's an amazing song. I don't know if it's called Dog Days of Summer, but that's the key hook phrase in it. Karen and Vinnie Gran and Johnny Bravo are all saying Ada. Very good. There's a bug here. Little fruit fly flying by. Sorority letter. Yeah, I was gonna say we had this answer in yesterday's puzzle in the stumper, Ada, or maybe, and it was clued as a Rosetta Stone letter or Rosetta Stone character. And it's interesting how much more difficult that clue is than this one. Sorority, we all know that sorority letter, most of us know that sorority letters are Greek. And so it automatically tells you what alphabet you're looking at. Whereas Rosetta Stone famously has multiple languages on it. It didn't even narrow the alphabet, let alone which letter of the alphabet it was going to be. I find that stuff interesting. Clinch a victory. Clinch a victory. Yeah, the dog days are over, Karen. Thank you. Yeah, that's the song. It's a great song. I would play it right now, but I worry about copyright things. Okay. We got Team Moxo and Vinnie Gran and Gene Ireland and I Hate Pogs all saying Ice It. Clinch a victory. Yeah, Ice It. Arkadium asking me to sing for you. No. I typically resist singing on stream, mostly for your sake. And it would be an insult to Florence to try to replicate her voice because her voice is perfect. Some like blank, and like is capitalized, which I think is going to be important for understanding this one. Yeah. I think that TikTok is censoring this, so I'm getting all sorts of emojis and clues. Some like it hot. Yeah, some like it hot. Marilyn Monroe movie. I've never seen it. Phrase on much world currency. Okay. This I think we got. Dead Nut Dude says Jack Lemmon, Tony Curtis, and Marilyn Monroe were in Some Like It Hot. Someone named TikToker and Sky Monkey and Karen Carpenter all saying motto. Yeah, that looks really good. I guess your country's motto will be on your currency. Right, Sellers putting e pluribus unum is an example on American currency. So I really like that. Okay, is it too early for 45 across? Yeah, let's do the center first. Fix permanently. 24 down, fix permanently. I feel like this crossword is definitely putting up resistance, but it's not making me feel without a paddle like yesterday's puzzle was, you know? DTM and Chrissy and Pheasant are all saying etch. Yeah, fix permanently. I like that. If you etch something in, it's a very permanent fixture now. Etch in stone, as Dad Not Dude points out, right? Drive off. Huh. Drive off. What do we got there? Leonard followed us. Thank you. Yeah, if anyone else is watching and doesn't follow us, do consider it. It helps us keep the show going, and it helps you because we stream every day at noon Eastern time. And if you follow us, it'll be easier to find us on our next stream. Karen Carpenter and Warta and Irish Mike followed us. Thank you. And Felicious are all saying shoe. And Talks Less followed us. You guys are the best. Shoe. Huh. I'm a little unsure about this. Vinnie Grant says shed, which I almost like more. I kind of want some crosses. Tess says the more of a struggle it is, the more satisfying the victory. Yeah, I often agree with you, Tess. I do like the fact, the stumpers are very fun for me once a week, but I like the fact that the other puzzles we do have themes. I think themes are very fun. And also, not everybody is masochists like you and me, so I think the variety is perfect. Rowing crew leader. Yes. Okay, yeah, coxswain. Cox for short. Usually the full word is Coxswain, as some people have, as DTM has spelled in chat. Yeah, in rowing, my wife was a coxswain in college. On crew, it's the person who sits and steers the boat. Basically, they don't actually row; they tell people how to row. They keep people in rhythm and steer the boat. So I guess drive off was shoo. I don't know why this is bothering me. I think of shoo as an interjection. You yell shoo at someone. Drive off is a verb, so I'm wondering if shoo can mean that, like to shoo someone away. I guess. Okay, I'm overthinking this. Good job to everyone who got shoo, and apologies for standing in your way. Surplus. Sella just shared an emoji that I don't even see. I can't figure out what that is, Sella. Yeah, TikToker, you can shoo something away. I don't know why I was having a mental block on that one. VetArt is back, saying extra. That looks good. Mini likes extra. Yeah, surplus. V wants excess, which actually fits the clue even a little better, but it doesn't fit the spaces we have, so I don't think it can be excess. Let's try 37. I don't know if 37 is going to be a themer or not. Field event. Field event. Yeah, excess. A lot of people want excess. It just doesn't fit. I don't think our theme today is leaving letters off of words. Sometimes that happens. Clayton says shout out, which also sadly doesn't fit. I see. Angie is saying shot put. Shot put, which is very good. Yeah, track and field shot put is that sport where they throw the big heavy ball. So I think that's really good. And somebody who is a Chrissy says, what's our theme? So if you missed it, the title of the puzzle is 'Tis the Season. We only have two theme answers so far, Beware of Dog and I Miss the Old Days. And someone pointed out that this ends in dog, this ends in days, and dog days of summer is a phrase about a season. So that might be our theme, but we're not 100% sure yet. We're going to wait until we get 45 and then maybe 59. Yeah, Scab, all the longs end with dog days of summer. Or dog days are over, as Charlie points out. It could be dog days are over. That'd be sad. I'm not ready for summer to end. Grammy category at 43 across. Okay. Let's see. Sorry, I'm catching up a little bit. Tackman just followed us. And Johnny Bravo and I Hate Pogs and Barbara and McDowell are all saying rap. Yeah, that's definitely a Grammy category. David Harris likes it. Gene Ireland likes it. F1 likes it. Okay, very good. On to this section. Absent from. Absent from. Yeah, VetArt coming in with rap. Yeah, this is a kind of a strange entry. I've seen a lot of question marks pop up in chat. Okay. I wish I could read every single chat, but it goes just a little too fast to read every single one. Yeah, Scav is pointing out this could be not at or not in, absent from. Yeah, they both do sort of work, don't they? Angie likes not at. Larry prefers not at. So let's try at. Let's try at. I like the look of ST, so we can check that one right away. Personal property. What's 32 down? Yeah, be Browder. We're looking at it. Personal property. Stuff. I see. I guess it's just stuff. Oh, other people saying stash, stock. It's true. There are actually a lot of words that fit here. Mini and Angie voting stuff. Okay. Let's try the cross. Philosopher Lao blank. Anyone know this? Anyone know this person? Yeah. I guess maybe there are multiple spellings. I'm getting a lot of spellings in chat. Lao Tzu. I'm seeing TZU. I'm seeing TSE. I'm seeing TSU. So more crosses, I guess. Kind of tricky. Yeah, both TSU and TZU are common, as Charlie points out. Roa prefers the Z. I'm not sure. So maybe we come at it from a different angle. MLB or NBA honor? Roa was very quick on this one, and Cletus Van Dam and Moldy Cheese all saying MVP. That seems great. Irish Mike and David Ork like this. Mini likes it. Yeah, MLB, NBA honor, MVP. Looking perfect. Although, what's this now? Personal property. We wanted stuff and stash and stock, and MVP is disagreeing with all of those. Ooh, and 30 down looks weird too. Hold on. We haven't looked at 31 down. Mississippi feeder in Mississippi. Another proper noun. Scav says, I don't know about MVP. It's not looking good crosswise, but it fits the clue so well. Does anyone know Mississippi feeder? So I'm guessing Mississippi River feeder. You feed the Mississippi River. So it's something that feeds the Mississippi River, but it's also in Mississippi. Does anyone know this? Rand and Scav seem to know it. Oh boy, this section is hard. Out of nowhere. Team Matzo. Okay, everyone's saying Yazoo, which does seem vaguely familiar to me. Is this a river in Mississippi and it feeds into the Mississippi River? Mama Hip just followed us. Thank you. Help us out of this snag. And then philosopher Lao Tzu, the Z works with that. The U works with stuff. Okay, we are slowly unraveling here. I mean, raveling. We are untying the knot. Maybe that's the right metaphor. Just Coker just sent a gift. Thank you. And HOF. Wow, Hall of Fame. That is not an abbreviation I see very often. Hall of Fame. Oh boy. I want to check 30 down where it's happening. Okay. This was a very tough section. Dreamer liked the live. Okay, I guess at the is looking pretty good. Where it's happening. At the club, says Gene Ireland. Oh, I wish. It doesn't fit. Where it's happening. At the club. At the party. At the place. Okay, maybe we don't know. But at the seems good. I want to make a comment. This section was very difficult, and I'm noticing that I think if I were filling this puzzle, I might have turned the Z into an H. That would make THU in the cross, I would clue as an abbreviation for Thursday, and then Yahoo in the down is a much more familiar phrase, I think, because having two proper nouns crossing at a Z does make for a difficult section, as we just experienced. So I might have made that an H. If anyone cares about my commentary. 45 across, used. And okay, back to the theme. People are saying dog days of summer, and look at this, of is in place. I think people were calling this out on TikTok. So our next grid spanning themer looks like it ends in of, and it's seeming like dog days of summer is the theme after all. Very good. Wow. Well done to people who spotted this so early in the stream. Took advantage of. Yeah, Julian, Team Monzo, and Daxamax and David Harris. Oh man, it really works, doesn't it? Took advantage of. Used. Very hard clue, by the way. Took advantage of. And we're getting dog days. So the suspicion is that 59 across will end in the word summer. Yeah, Jessica's giving everyone a round of applause. Much deserved. Roa says nice. Yeah, and Piers is giving a heart. Is Scav the one to thank for this? Well done. Big Boss likes it. Okay, very good, everybody. Where to now? 50 across? Cantata selection? Oh, Scav gets some Cruel Summer for 59. That would be great. Yeah, Tina likes Cruel Summer as well. Tess is like, of course it's Scab, Jack. How could I even doubt it who it was? Hmm. Cantata selection. Oh, Scav is saying someone else actually guessed took advantage of. Chris Everlasting and Piers and Efon and AJ are all saying Aria. Barrett. Miniest Mini is asking what's a cantata, and I wish I had an answer for you. I think I might let the TikTok Smarties answer your question, because I'm not entirely sure. Presumably musical, a musical assemblage of some sort, if an aria is part of it. Let's check 42 down. That's enough. Barrett says it's like a long vocal piece. Blake says a type of operatic concert. Okay. That's helpful, thank you. Vedart says vocals of instrument. Warthog White wants okay now. That's enough. Okay now. That's great. Tino says okay stop, but that doesn't fit in the same way. So I think okay now is a really good guess. Great. Disney film franchise. Disney film franchise at 37 down. We got half of it in place. Julie says typically with solo, chorus, and orchestral accompaniment. Everyone quick. Poppy Penny and Dee Sawyer saying Star Wars. It's funny, I always forget that Star Wars is Disney owned now. When I think of a Disney film franchise, I'm picturing, Lion King, but I gotta get with the times. Yeah, Star Wars, of course. Disney franchise. Oh my. Scav, yeah, okay, so Scav is saying Cruel Summer, which it can't be now at 59 across, but very good prediction with what the letters we have. Let's check it out. Scav, you're a maestro. Was it you this time? The Queen of Disco. Oh my, yeah, Team Monzo, everyone's excited. Donna Summer. That's a great way to sneak Summer in there. Very nice. I thought Cruel Summer was a very promising guess, but Donna Summer is a fun revelation. Yeah, Michael Fisher got it. Hey, Miguel, Stella's dancing. That's great. So we do have Dog Days of Summer, after all. Well spotted to all of you. All right, we're flying. Folds in. Folds in. What do we... Yeah. Poppy Penny had a quick guess on this. B. Browder say ads. Yeah, I guess if you fold something in, you add it. Seems straightforward enough. I'm curious what 52 across is. Let's get moving. Let's get moving, in quotes. I think I see this. It's a fun phrase. Yeah, I like what Poppy and Charlie and Michael Fisher are saying, and collectively JK, all saying, away we go. Let's get moving. Away we go. In general, I'm liking the fill in this section. Away we go. Okay now. Very colloquial. Star Wars is a great long entry, and Donna Summer, of course. What was this? Stamping machines as a clue for dies. Wow, I'm grateful we didn't get to this, because of all the associations I have with the word dies, stamping machines is not top of mind. Haley just shared the live. Thank you, Haley. Jessica said, away we go is so good. Yeah, that's how I feel too. Still fun phrase. Common winter wear. We only have 4 squares left in this little section. I presume we'll make swift work of it. Yeah, Piers and David Harris saying wool, common winter wear, wool. I can basically see what's emerging here. Akshay on YouTube likes wool. And rice, for instance. Rice, for instance, I'm going to look at the crosses too. Patron of the arts and whole lots. Okay. I think I know what's happening here. Jessica giving me my sheep emojis. DTM cleverly saying Anne. Yeah, Anne Rice. Misdirection. We're not talking about the food. Anne Rice is an author, wrote Interview with a Vampire, excuse me. And then Patron of the Arts is a donor, and whole lots are slews. Everything checking out. And Sella found a vampire emoji, so we know we're having fun. Less specific. Oh, I think I was using this term a lot early in the solve when I was blabbing about this clue on TAs, about how specificity made it more difficult, in my opinion. And I often describe clues this way, vaguer, yeah, as vague. Interview with the Vampire, DTM corrects me, thank you. Yeah, less specific is vaguer. Vedart says, I won't stop until Goose enters a crossword. Yeah, Vedart, you will get your time to shine again, I have no doubt. Opposite of nully. Okay, so nully with the dash is telling me we're talking prefixes here, and nulla means none, like nullify. And so I'm liking the suggestions I'm seeing. Amy Gallen, F-On, and David Harris, and Jilly all saying omni. Johnny Bravo agrees. Omni as a prefix means all, like omniscient, omnipotent. Yeah, Minius Mini got it as well. I think that clue makes a lot of sense. Unruly hair. DTM says, I've never seen nully used. It's just as a prefix like in nullify. Someone named Santibus and Blake and Vinnie Gran are saying a mop. Yeah, unruly hair, like a mop top. Very good. Here we got scrape out, crossing, what's this? Ramen morsel. And reach perfection. Let's do a 1, 2, 3 combo here. Yeah. Everyone knows this. This is a super common crossword word. Eke. To eke out a living, you scrape out, you just barely squeeze out. That's what eke means. It's very common in crosswords. And enoki. Enoki mushrooms. Enoki are those long, thin, white mushrooms that you've eaten if you've eaten ramen. And then what was this? Reach perfection. Very clever. Poppy Penny and David Harris and Jilly saying ripen. Yeah, that is one way to reach perfection. You become ripe. Excellent. First on the moon alphabetically. Ah, okay. So not first on the moon literally. That would be Neil Armstrong. And interestingly, his name also begins with an A. AR seems like he could be first alphabetically too, but no. This clue is pointing out that Buzz Aldrin... Oops. Buzz Aldrin is alphabetically prior to Neil Armstrong. Very nice. Okay. Jewelry scale parts next to engaged in. Okay. I think I see what we're getting at here. Yeah, Tess and Tina and Blake are saying pans. I guess the jewelry scale has those two, I guess you'd call them pans, right? Those two little trays that you put things in. Jessica says, fun fact, Buzz Lightyear named after Buzz Aldrin. Yes, that is a very fun fact. To infinity and beyond. And I Hate Pogs is saying engaged in, and Ashke and Vedart are saying I'm up to. If you're engaged in something, you're up to it. What are you up to? What are you engaged in? All right, everything is working. Parts of pumps. Parts of pumps. Okay. What's this going to be? Blake says Buzz Aldrin punched a moon landing denier one time. I did not know that. Minius Mini says, I am engaged in this crossword. Yes. That is a perfect sentence. As am I. Trinity just followed us. Thank you, Trinity. Ooh, Big Boss, very clever. Yes, David Harris, also clever. Yeah, Amy says, I wasn't thinking shoes. Pumps as in shoes, they have soles. Tough clue. Nice little misdirection there. Someone named maybe Amira is on Twitch saying hi. Hello to you. And Texmas Guy on TikTok just followed us. You guys are the best. And I'm seeing all sorts of pumps emojis. Wow, there's a lot going on now. Thou at 49 down. Oh, and people are filling in. George says, hello from Turkey, cool guy. Wow, you're in Turkey? And you still think I'm cool? Where in Turkey are you? I read this as thou, as in like the old English word, but people are pointing out, no, it's thou, as in slang for 1,000, and a G is also slang for 1,000. Ooh, two very tricky and satisfying clues crossing here. I like that a lot. And then others were trying to remind me of 30 down, where it's happening, at the scene. Lots of people have been shouting at me about that. At the scene, yeah. That looks great. Minius Mini likes it. Johnny Bravo likes it. Tess says, OMG, that clue. Which one are we talking? This one? Yeah, that is some fiendish misdirection. George is in Turkey for fishing. Adhesive adornment. Okay. Wow, we're in the last corner here, and I think we got to make this count. This is not the time for slacking off. I'm actually seeing several different guesses, but the majority guess seems to be decal, and I think that works nicely. Janet likes decal, and Super Sniper and David Harris. Yeah, adhesive, because decals are adhesive. That's like a sticker you put on your bumper, basically. I think decal is right, says B. Browder, and I agree, and Angie thinks so too. So let's keep going. 62 across, significant span. Yeah, another classic of crosswords. Let's try 65 down. I mean 65 across as well. Console before we. All right, we've got a couple things to work on. T. Wood is saying an era. Yeah, a significant span of time is an era of history. Nice work. And methods, and ST and JP are all telling me NES. Or do you say NES? I think it's NES. Console before we, Nintendo Entertainment System, an early 8-bit video game console. Way before Wii, says DTM. Yeah, there was several consoles between NES and Wii. All right, only 2 squares left. How are we here already? Always makes me a little sad. Sphere of interest at 57 down. Yeah, GameCube came before Wii, as Louis points out. And then, of course, there was N64, which was what I grew up on. Prince Everlasting. Super Sniper is asking, where is everyone seeing these clues? The clues should be visible on your screen about midway through the screen. They're right here at just below the crossword. Do you see that? If you're curious what color this is, a viewer, Shania, looked it up once, and it's light jade. So you should see the clues in light jade. JP Cast saying area. Yeah, sphere of interest is an area. And what will be our last letter of the day? The blank word of the 4 longest answers spells a season ending soon. Wow. So there was a revealer. We didn't even need a revealer. We knew that the last entries of all of our themers wrote out dog days of summer. And now this is saying the last word of the 4 longest answers spells a season ending soon. Wow. And just checking 68 across, tuck into was eat. All right. I think we got a T here, everybody. I'm already seeing the drum roll. Do you think we got our confetti today? I feel good about it. Yes, we did, as we do every day, because you guys rule. Wow, that was fun. Well done to people who spotted this theme very early on. dog days of summer. 'Tis the season. And I hope you all are enjoying your summer. It's still going. We're not done yet. And please come back tomorrow. We stream every single day at noon Eastern time. So we'll have a fresh puzzle for you tomorrow and hope to see you there. And in the meantime, check out Arkadium.com because they put out awesome crosswords like this one every day and lots of other games as well. I had a really good time today. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday, everybody, and I will see you soon. Bye.